Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. I'm Betsy McDaniel. It's a beautiful fall day in the Lowcountry, and of course there's a lot to cover today. So let's get started with our headlines. Were you a part of state history this week? Well, you were if you were among those that took part in early voting. The State Election Commission says nearly 126,000 voters cast ballots on the first day alone, triple the number who voted on day one 2 years ago, and almost double the 2020 number when, along with the presidency, the race for governor and for senators were on the ballot. Both parties are saying publicly that it's good for their side. Experts who watch this sort of thing say former President Trump changing his message to promote early voting this year is helping drive the early vote from both sides. The Election Commission does not track demographics to tell whether more men or women were voting or what the percentage was of people voting for the first time. Department of Social Services Director Michael Leach is resigning at the end of the year after 5 years of working to turn the DSS around from the chaos of the late 2010s. But no one wants him to leave. In fact, the 45-year-old was asked to stay by Governor McMaster and also many child advocates because of improvements in the state's foster care system during his tenure. The percentage of licensed kinship caregivers has grown, and adoptions are also up during his tenure. Leach says the job proved to be too much stress on his family. The town of Hilton Head is taking another step toward going green with the adoption of what the town calls an integrated pest management policy, a fancy governmental name for stopping the use of some damaging pesticides. Going forward, town-owned land and properties will only be sprayed with organic solutions, with the goal to minimize the risks to the health of humans and animals and to protect the environment. The policy does not mean residents have to change how they deal with their own properties. The town has already begun implementing the new policy and expects to be fully in place within the next year. A group called Non-Toxic Neighborhoods had hoped for monthly reports rather than just an annual report and for professional oversight instead of the town staff oversight, but those amendments were voted down. We've heard for years about Crime Stoppers, the tip line that allowed you to anonymously help law enforcement catch bad guys. But it turns out the old Crime Stoppers of the Lowcountry dissolved a few months back. Not to worry, a new Crime Stoppers of Beaufort County has been formed. The new tip system involves a free P3 Tips app where you can search Beaufort County to join, and you'll get a computer-generated tip ID and password to potentially collect rewards. Or you can call the toll-free tip line at 844-TIPS-BFT. And now that we are in the sweet spot of seasonable fall weather, it is only natural to be thinking ahead to what winter might look like this year. The National Weather Service and the Farmer's Almanac agree that it will be a warmer than average winter with less rain. The Weather Service says there's a 50 to 60% chance of above normal temperatures for the Lowcountry this winter, with about a 50% chance of less rainfall than usual. Fans of the Farmer's Almanac say its predictions are right between about 80 and 85% of the time. Of course, winter doesn't officially begin until December 21st. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And is this great weather going to continue throughout the week? Let's find out with our Lowcountry Crawl Spaces weather with Maria Soden.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like this trend of beautiful weather is going to continue as we get through the rest of this week. So taking a look at Thursday, it's going to be sunny with Hilton having a high of 78, a low of 60, Bluffton's of a high of 81, a low of 56, and Beaufort's of a high of 81 and a low of 59. The sunrise for Thursday is going to be at 7:34 and sunset's going to be at 6:39. Taking a look at the tides, low tide's going to be at 10:34 a.m. and high tide's going to be at 3:36 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week and into the weekend, Friday is going to be sunny to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 70s, lows in the low 60s. Then come Saturday, it's going to be sunny again with highs in the low 80s, lows are going to be in the low 60s. And then come Sunday, once again, we're going to see plenty of sunshine with highs in the upper 70s, lows are going to be in the low 60s. That's it for your Lowcountry Crawl Spaces weather. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. And we'll be back in just a moment with the Habitat for Humanity of the Lowcountry with a very big announcement. Stay tuned.